Hey everybody, today I'm going to be making Grandma's famous pork chops. And it requires 3 eggs. I'm reading out of my book here. 1.5 cups of crushed butter crackers. 2 teaspoons of mustard, ground mustard. You got the 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil. You got the soy sauce. Which is 1/2 tablespoon of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of Worcester sauce, a 1/2 teaspoon of dried rosemary. I just got rosemary, but I crushed mine up and put it in. Use your own imagination. Thyme. We got a 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, dried thyme. Fennel seeds, 2 teaspoons of fennel seeds. Salt and pepper. And it says a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, crushed, which is crushed red peppers. Mix the ingredients in together. Rub it in with your pork chops. It'll be a small amount of seasoning, so it doesn't look like it'll be a lot, but it'll be enough to season your pork chops. And it says to take it and marinate it for about 50 minutes. But I'm just gonna, you can put it in a plastic bag, but I'm just gonna put it in my bowl and just leave it for about 50 minutes and let it marinate. And then we're gonna dip it in this egg batter and then into the batter of butter rounds, and we're gonna put it in the fryer. So we'll come back and do that in about an hour. Okay. Let my rice pilaf simmer for about 17 to 22 minutes. This is my rice pilaf box. All right. And I'm gonna put my spinach in now. And in the meantime, I'll be prepping my onions and mushrooms while my spinach is cooking down. It won't take long to do that. My rice pilaf is still cooking. It's on simmer, so it'll cook down. In the meantime, I'll cut my onions up. I'm going to put my lid on my spinach while I'm prepping. Let that cook down, and I'll just finish prepping over here. So, all right, see you in a minute. And make sure they're not sticking. Just cooking them. Got my little butter in here, cooking them down. I'll be adding my seasonings in shortly. I'm gonna add it into my spinach, and I'm gonna season my with my garlic and my Himalaya salt over here while it's cooking down, because it'll cook down fast. And I did add the rest of my spinach in with it, so I'll just pour that in. And we're going to let that all cook down. And I have got Himalaya salt with garlic pepper. I'm going to pour that on there. And a little garlic salt. If you like onions, peppers, and mushrooms, do the pork chop. All right. Okay, so now it's time to dip the batter, the pork chop into the batter. But first, I'm gonna preheat my air fryer. It says set it at 405 degrees, but mine only goes to 400. So I'm gonna reheat. I'm gonna set my temperature. My temperature only goes to 400, not 405. So I'm gonna preheat it first. I'm gonna preheat it on 4 minutes instead of 3 minutes. And then instead of making a mess and using extra dishes, and listen, I'm gonna just pour my batter and mix it up a little bit more in here with my pork chop. So mix that up, and then I'm gonna pour my butter rounds into this bag, and I'm gonna dip it, and we're gonna put it in the air fryer. My breadcrumbs. That's what it looks like, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna coat it with the crumbs, and we're gonna put it in the air fryer, and we're gonna cook it for 18 minutes. And we always turn it, check it halfway in between so that we don't burn up nothing. All right. My breadcrumbs in here. Not my breadcrumbs, but my butter rounds baked crackers. If I can crunch it up a little bit more. And then that's 1.5 cups of crushed butter crackers. I don't know how many's gonna fit into the air fryer, but I think I'll at least try 2 at a time, depending on how many fit in there. How many fit in there, and we'll just keep checking to make sure. This is new for me, but I bet it's gonna be good because the season was in there. Anything different? It's good. Get this done. Should be hot enough by the time I finish doing this. And we'll put it in there. I don't know. A lot of crumbs. It's almost like a shake and bake, but I guess the flavor would be a little different. If you ever had shake and bake, they used to make that a long time ago. Alright, so we'll pause that before it stops. We'll put it on air fryer. We'll set it up to 400. Open up the fryer. Set that in there. Look like maybe 3 will fit in there. I don't know. This is a bigger piece here. Let's see. So I'll try one more. Oh. I'll try one more. you know what? If we run out of crackers, it's not like we don't have more. We can always crumble up some more and put them on there, right? So we're gonna try 3 pieces. All right, put it in there, and we're gonna set it. It says at 18 minutes. We'll check it in 18 minutes. All right. See you at halftime. Pause now because we're about halfway through it. What you think? All right, so we're going to turn it over. All right, so we got 10 more minutes on this. And again, this is Grandma Famous pork chops. And it says the calories are 473. Carbs are about 45. You got 2.5 proteins and sugar. And again, we're gonna have the spinach with mushrooms and onions in it as a side, and we have rice pilaf, and we'll be eating in about 9.5 minutes. See you shortly. Okay, time's up. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna get the spinach, put on the plate. I'm gonna set the plate. You know what? Yeah, let me just fix the plate, and then I'll get my little test going, my little taste going on, so you can see whether the pork is done or not. Usually I do a test run to make sure that everything's good. You just cut into the pork. It's definitely done. Bon appetit. All right. Okay. It's pretty good. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's a little sweet, but you can add a little of your own seasoning to it. I think it can have a little more seasoning to it. I would add a little more. But again, remember I got